Hi guys, I'm Songyeong Longgast. Welcome to Asian at Home. And today I'm going to remake my Korean style sweet and sour pork we call 탕수육. Growing up, 탕수육 is definitely my favorite Korean Chinese food. And when I moved to America, I had to recreate or figure out how to make it at home because I craved so bad. Let's get started. So I have a 1.5 pounds of pork loin that I actually cut into about 2 finger size like this together, like this. It can be bigger, it can be smaller. It's totally your personal preference, but this is the size I really like for my 탕수육. And here we are going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine, Chinese cooking wine. Little bit of black pepper. Just mix them together, and we are going to marinate them. About 5 to 10 minutes, not too long, because it's a pork loin and needs a lot of flavor to get into the meat. Pork loin is like a chicken breast or tofu that doesn't have a huge flavor, but whatever flavor we put it on, it's gonna absorb all the flavor. And actually, lean cut of pork works the best for this recipe. Chicken breast works amazing in this recipe, or beef. Beef works too. Now I'm going to set aside, let it marinate. And meanwhile, I'm going to cut up the vegetables that when we are making this sauce for 탕수육. Korean sweet and sour pork has a lot of vegetables in the sauce, and that's actually the beauty of this 탕수육 or Korean style of it. You know, Korean people just love vegetables so much. So we are gonna use about 1/4 of sweet onion or regular yellow onion and just cut into little cubes and separate them like this. And some cucumber. Yes, I know, cucumber is like, huh? Yes. You will love it. When they're actually fried and added into the sauce, you will be surprised how refreshing and delicious bite that is. Very, very unique. So you will need just 1 small Parisian cucumber or maybe 1/4 of English cucumber. That will work. 6 pieces or about an ounce of wood ear mushrooms. Cut those little party parts off. If you are using dry one, definitely go ahead and soak it in the water until it's got soft tin. I just got these fresh ones because they were available at my local Asian grocery store. And just cut them into 1 bite size and a little bit of bell pepper. So about half of red bell pepper cut into same size as the onion and the cucumber and everything else. They look already really pretty. They look perfect. Okay, now let's talk about the batter. Secret to make 탕수육's batter is potato starch or mixture of potato starch, sweet potato starch. So potato starch is actually crispier than the corn starch. So if you can purchase or find the potato starch, that would be the best option. Cornstarch will also work, but if you put a little bit of effort to find potato starch, that little bit of effort will make this 탕수육 way crunchier and delicious. Here, it doesn't look like a potato starch. It looks like just like a white thingy and some clear water on top. So this is what I did. 1 cup of potato starch and just enough water to cover the potato starch, about 2 cups. And just mix them really, really well and let it sit without moving at least 5 hours or overnight. So I did overnight since, I knew that I'm making this today, so I prepared it yesterday. This is what it looks like. All the clear water and starch actually sunk down and the water all down on the surface. So this way, the potato starch will absorb all the moist, but then it's not overly wet. So I'm actually going to pour the water out now. After you pour the water out, you see this nice paste, potato starch paste, and this is our batter base. In here, add half of egg. So how do you add a half of egg? Just dip the egg in a little mixing bowl and just add a half of it. And then add 2 tablespoons of oil. Mix the egg and the oil and the potato starch paste all together. The potato starch was you can tell it's really, really hard texture right now. But as soon as you start mixing a little bit and break down, they will be all incorporated really, really well. great. It looks perfect. So the consistency is like the pancake batter, but then it doesn't make any, like ribbon onto the batter. It just disappears right away. So onto the marinated pork, I'm going to pour my batter, all of it. Now mix the pork and the batter thoroughly. Alright, so my pork is good to go. They are ready to fry. So I've been heating my frying oil to 350 Fahrenheit. So I'm just gonna start dropping my pork into the hot oil carefully. One by one, you have to do one by one. So otherwise the pork pieces will like all stuck together in one big chunk. So make sure you do one by one, kind of, separate them in the oil too. And do the batches, don't fry all of them at one time. Do the batches so they will cook evenly and they will like nice and crispy evenly as well. I just did the first fry, whole entire pork. They look really good, but they're not done yet. Okay, so I'm going to increase the heat to a little high, medium high. Bring the oil temperature, frying oil temperature to 370 to 380, kind of in between that. And we're gonna double fry the second fry. Oh, it's gonna be really good. But make sure before the second fry, kind of cool down the pork, not like drop the hot thing again, because it's kind of science thing. So you do the first fry and then let it cool slightly, and then second fry in the higher heat. It's gonna make it really nice and crispy. Pork is nice and crispy. They're ready to go. They're nice and warm. So I'm going to make the sauce real fast. I'm making the sauce at the last because it takes no time. I'm gonna heat a wok over high heat and add about like 1 to 2 teaspoons of oil. And we are going to start fry all our vegetables that we cut up earlier into cubes. You can be a little creative, add different vegetables like the carrot or different colors of bell pepper, different mushrooms. Those all will work. Okay, I think these are good. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice with some pineapple chunks and 3/4 cup of chicken stock. That's like intense cooking thing. The sound makes me like, oh my God, I need to hurry up. Add a 1/2 cup of sugar. It's a sweet and sour pork. What did you expect? 1/4 cup of vinegar. White vinegar preferably because it has the most tang flavor in it. And some lemon juice from fresh lemon. Use only half of it if your lemon is super juicy. Maybe a little bit more than a half if your lemon is not as juicy as mine. My secret, a tablespoon of ketchup. I know it sounds really weird, but it will do the trick, trust me. 1.5 tablespoons of potato starch or cornstarch. I'm gonna add a little bit of cold water and mix them together. Pour into the sauce while it's boiling. Woo, to thicken up the sauce. All right, now turn off the heat. This is perfect. In Korea, when we coming down to eat sweet and sour pork, our 탕수육, there's 3 different ways. 부먹, 찍먹, 볶먹. 부먹 means you pour the sauce. 부어 먹다. So you pour the sauce over the pork. 찍먹, you dip the pork into the sauce. So you can keep maintain the crispiness from the pork. 볶먹 is a 볶아 먹다. So it's like you stir fry actually the crispy chicken. What? which you? Oh, I mean pork. Sorry. Eat into the sauce and stir fry one time, and then eat it like the Chinese American style of the sweet and sour pork kind of a thing. So choose your way. I always was the jikmuk, the dipping one, but then I really like bumuk as well, and I also like pokmuk. I'm just everything now. Just one on the pork or the sauce?
In my world, I don't worry, darling. I just smile, 'cause you're by my side. And now your eyes open up every morning to the love that shines in mine. And I see it in yours too. So now I sing to you. And when you go, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
짠.
That'll melt your heart in the form of so good. If you're wondering, yes, this is all I ever wear anymore. Black on black noodle shirt. Okay, go ahead and close it up. I'll be at the table.
Guys, if you liked my 탕수육 recipe, please give this video a thumbs up. It's still crispy. Crispy outside, but chewy texture inside in the batter. Potato starch. Guys,
Oh, good bite.
thumbs up. Ooh. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
You want this bite? I was hoping you say, no, it's okay.
And subscribe if you haven't.
Totally distracted right now.
Sorry, we are like the horrible cooking show host ever when it comes down to eating, because we forget about talking to you guys. We're so busy eating.
Normally you would eat this with the jjampong.
And 짜장면. Thumbs up. Thumbs up for 탕수육, Korean sweet and sour pork. And subscribe my channel if you haven't. And remember, you can always cook Asian food at your house, making it easy and fun. I'm Sangyeong Longgas. Check out Longgas. And this is Asian at home. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye. Alright, guys. Love you.
I think I'm just gonna do mukbang right now of this. By myself.
Oh my god, you already ate half of it. That's